Hello everyone, how are you? I'm gonna make homemade garlic powder. This is fresh, pure, 100% garlic, and you don't have to buy it in supermarket. You can make it at home. All you need is some instruments. Just watch and you will see. Okay, for starter, we're gonna use 3 pounds of fresh garlic. Make sure you buy your garlic in your country. I'm from California and we use our garlic from here. As you can see, 3 pounds of garlic. You don't have to remove the tips of the garlic, just like that. As always, you can make less, okay? But I like to make a lot of garlic because it lasts me a long, long time. I'm gonna put like 1.5 pounds in a food processor, and I'm just gonna pulse. Okay, I'm not gonna puree or make the garlic like a mashed potato. We don't want to do that. Just watch the texture, the consistency that we want on the garlic. This way, okay. You don't want to go all the way because that way it's gonna be hard to make the garlic powder. So I'm gonna make 2 batches, and I'm gonna put the rest in there too. I have a question for you. Do you think that when you buy garlic in supermarket, garlic powder, do you get 100% garlic? You know, you can always leave a comment, but to me, I don't think that's true. I think some company add like flour, etc. Okay, this is the tray. We're gonna need a food dehydrator. I'm not sure if that's the right word. Okay, but I'm gonna leave it in the description box of this video if you want to buy the machine. It's only $60, not very expensive. What I like to do is I like to get some parchment paper and I'm gonna make a circle. I don't like to use the one that comes in there because I don't want the garlic to stay there forever. I prefer to use parchment paper. I make 5 circles because I'm gonna use 5 trays. Okay, after you do that, then you start spreading the garlic all over the tray. You can also make like ginger powder, cilantro powder. You can make your own chicken powder. You can do a lot of stuff. Okay, so start spreading all the garlic. It's gonna take some time, but it's worth it. I'm gonna lay another tray on top of it, put some paper, and the same process. We're gonna repeat that 5 times. You can do more, you can do less. It depends how much garlic you're using. Now, if you put a lot of garlic and then you have left over, you can always remove a tray and then start putting more on the bottom. Okay, so you're gonna get almost like 3 pounds of garlic powder too. It's fresh, it's so strong, the smell is amazing. Wow. After you finish that, this is the machine. One more time, if you want to buy it, we're gonna leave a description in the description box. I'm sorry, of this video. You can click that and you can just buy it on Amazon. Okay. One thing I'm gonna tell you: if you're making garlic powder, make sure you make it in your backyard, in your patio, in your outside of your kitchen, because it's very, very strong. You don't want to dry your garlic inside your kitchen. It's gonna be there for almost a week. The smell is very strong. So I'm gonna set it for 10 hours, and the temperature I'm gonna use 158 Fahrenheit. And you can leave this overnight. You can go to bed, and then the next day you have your garlic dry. That's what happened here. The garlic. Make sure your garlic is very, very dry, because if it's not, then you're gonna have a hard time. When you put it in the blender, it's gonna be hard to like make it in powder. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I'm gonna remove all the trays from here, and we're gonna set it apart. Now, do you think this is a good idea to make your own garlic powder at home? Yeah, some people think that's a good idea because like I told you, you don't get 100% garlic powder in supermarkets. I'm sorry to say that, but to me that's the truth. Okay, so put all the garlic in there, and now we're gonna use a blender. Make sure you have a good blender. More than 1200 watts is gonna be okay. You can use NutriBullet, but I like to use Vitamix or Vitamix. I don't know how you pronounce that, but you can see the blender here. This blender is good because you can do a lot of stuff in here. Okay, I'm gonna start putting. I'm gonna like calculate here and make sure you use 1 cup of garlic. You don't want to fill it up. It's gonna be hard to blend all that. Just take it, easy. Go like 1 cup. Okay, so we're gonna start blending everything, and here we go. Another important thing that I gotta tell you is that you make sure you use a mask like COVID mask, and you wanna protect your nose. If you wanna use some like goggles, make sure you do that because if you don't do that, this smell is very strong. You could be sneezing all day. You can get allergy. That way, I like to protect my nose, my mouth, my eyes. So I'm just giving you that advice. And here we already finished. If you have a fine strainer, that's gonna be a good idea to use it because you wanna make sure you get a fine powdered garlic. You don't wanna just put it like that. If you just finish doing the process this way, when you apply the garlic to your food, it's gonna be burned. It's gonna be a lot of chunks. You wanna make sure you finish you're doing a great job just using a strainer. I think this is called a chinook. Unfortunately, I don't have a big one, just a small one. So this is the process that I apply here. Okay, so I like to use a small spoon instead of shaking it left and right. And that garlic, don't throw it away. I'm gonna show you later what you're gonna do. Okay, so we continue with the same process. Put like 1 cup of garlic, dry garlic in the blender. Finish blending that, put it in the strainer, start shaking. Because you're gonna get a lot of chunks in there that you don't wanna put it in the bottom. That's for later. Now you can use garlic for like marinating chicken, steak. Well, you know what to do with garlic powder, right? Now, if you want to make garlic paste, I have a video at the end of this. I'll show you how to keep garlic in your refrigerator for a long time. That way you don't have to chop garlic every time you want to cook. So look, we're starting to get garlic powder right now. Okay, so the leftover of these chunks right here that looks like gold nuggets, you put it at the end. And you process, you blend. Now, some people might say, hey, can I use a food processor? No. You want to make sure you use a strong blender. Or a mill. If you have a mill, you can do that. And I finished already. Look, it was so fast. We have 100% organic garlic powder made at home. I have this container. It's empty. I used to buy garlic powder in the supermarket, but when I marinated the food, it wasn't tasty. You could not smell garlic, and so I prefer to use my own garlic that I make at home. Now you start putting all the garlic in the container, and that's it. That's the whole process. Make sure you put a label in that container because you want to make sure what you have in there, right? Some people might think you have like corn flour, and they get a big surprise when they taste it. I have this printer right here that I like to print all the labels. I make cilantro at home, cilantro powder. I also make ginger. I make beets powder. I make a lot of stuff. I like to keep myself busy creating good quality stuff. You can see I wrote it here in Spanish. That's my first language. You can tell by my accent of the English language that I don't speak very well, but I try my best. Okay, finish. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you give it a try. You can do a lot of amazing stuff. Don't depend or do not rely on supermarket all the time. right now we're not getting a lot of quality stuff from supermarket. It's time to get back to our original stuff. Making good things at home. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.